I'm with you, Dr. Umar.
And
peace and love.
peace and love, King. Where you joining us from?
I'm from outside Atlanta, a little place they call Woodstock.
Woodstock, yeah. Georgia. And you're a dark-skinned brother, correct, Brother Sean?
Yes. Chocolate, blue, black chocolate.
Blue, black chocolate. I want to ask you right from the gate, Brother Sean, as a dark-skinned brother, when I hear these sisters say that they love chocolate men, has that actually been your experience? Are sisters drawn to you, or are they just kind of saying that superficially, but at the end of the day, they're not really trying to settle down and have babies with the chocolate brothers, or are they? What has been your experience?
Let me tell you something. I've been married for 15 years. But prior to being married, being a younger man, when I was in college, I wasn't getting no love from these dark-skinned sisters. To the point where they look me in my face and tell me, you too black. I'm telling you straight up truth, Dr. Umar. I'm telling you, this colorism is deeper than we know. It has affected us in a very deep psychological manner. Deeper than, and you're a psychologist, been doing this for how many years you've been a psychologist. It is deeper than you really know. To the point where our whole everyday behavior is a reaction to colorism. You understand me? To the point where, I'm going to tell you straight up, when I was young, sisters didn't want to have nothing to do with me because I was too dark. To the point when I was going to college, I was dating these white girls. And irony was, I was a dark-skinned brother. They were feeling me more than the sisters were feeling me. And I couldn't understand that. I didn't understand that. And my apologies to the sister, because like I said, I was a younger brother then, not understanding certain things. I mean, my scars are so deep, I got this from I was a child. To the point where I don't have a good relationship with my own mother and father because I was too dark. You understand me?
Wow.
Where I got brothers younger than me, some light, some not so dark, where they treat them totally different than how they treat me. To the point where external family members see it and have to say it. Y'all treat Sean totally different than how you treat the other boys. To the point where my relationship with my brothers, if we're not close like how brothers are supposed to, because there's this slight resentment toward them. You understand me?
Yes, sir.
And I know it's been that way for years. And it's because my mother, the way she dealt with them, like my father, my paternal grandfather, my family's from Jamaica. And I'm going to tell you, it's more profound in Jamaica and the Caribbean than it is here in America.
Wow.
You better believe that. Because if you
wait, say that again, Brother Sean. Say that again, that last statement.
This colorism here, is more profound in the Caribbean and the islands and Central America than it is here in America. You better believe that.
Yes, sir.
You better believe that.
Yes,
and
sir.
don't nobody tell you otherwise, because anybody here is from the islands who's been to the Caribbean knows if you look at the power structure, who's at the top?
Brother Sean, everybody's experience counts. So I want to say that while yours is what it is, everybody's counts. And there's no need to compare. There really isn't. But we hear you, and I definitely can hear the pain in you. And I'm very sorry for all that you've gone through.
You know, if you look at the power structure in Jamaica, who's at the top? Either white descendants of Englishmen or very white, light-skinned.
Yes.
Look at who's at the bottom. Who's doing the menial, back-breaking work? Blacks and people of darker complexion. Okay?
Yes.
And you look at the other Caribbean islands, you'll see the same thing.
Yes. Yeah. And I've been throughout the Caribbean, brother. I've seen it, and it is strikingly obvious. Strikingly obvious.
Yes. It got to the point where I even had my mother, she wasn't married to my father. And she even made comments to me telling me, why you couldn't look like your father? Because like I said, my paternal grandfather was a Scottish-Irish. My paternal grandmother, she was a jet black East Indian. Jet black with straight hair. You've been to Southeast Asia. You see black, dark TV, jet black, but they hair straight. So my father, he looks mixed. So my mother, she was always angry because why you look like your father? I look like my paternal grandmother. Now she got married again now. Now my brother's mother, my brother's father, their grandmother, she made a comment with me. To this day, I'm 52 years old. To this day, she's telling me, my father used to tell me, anything black, never good. Nothing black was never good. She used to tell me as a child, Dr. Umar. Now, how as an adult you tell that to a child?
Damn.
And think that's not going to affect him for the rest of his life.
Woo!
You understand me? This is how deep this thing is. And the sad part is, a lot of us, we want to act like it's non-existent, like it doesn't happen. Believe me, it happens more than we want to know.
Well, why do you think that is, Brother Sean? Because when I dropped the post saying we were going to talk about skin color prejudice in the black community, a lot of people said, why you want to bring that up? That ain't going to do nothing but cause division. Why don't we just focus on a unity? So many people did not want to deal with this. Why do you think there's such a denial of the prevalence of this issue?
Because nobody wants to face the truth, Dr. Umar. Nobody wants to face the truth. Nobody wants to face it. Let me tell you something. It was so bad to be, okay, I'm 52 years old. I remember as a child, taking a shower, I thought I could rub the black off my skin, just soap up to the point where, to the point where now my wife, you know what she tells me? You take long showers for a man. You know what it is? That's the psychological behavior of me being a child. Pick that for being too dark to the point where as an adult now, she said, you take long showers. Because I'm still trying to, and even I'm just not realizing, I'm going to therapy, but I'm just not realizing this is behavior from your child to the point where you thinking you still can rub the black off your skin.
Wow.
But you're not doing it because you've adapted to this behavior to the point where you still taking long showers, but you've been doing this for so long, it's become second nature to you. You're a psychologist. You understand what I'm saying?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
You understand? Okay. I mean, it got to the point where my wife, she's very light skinned, to the point where people mistake her as Spanish. Subconsciously, I know I chose her because I didn't want my son, my children, to go through the pain that I went through. There's a lot of black people, they'll deny it. They will deny it, but they know it's true.
Wow.
Yes,
that's profound, because what you're saying is you didn't choose her necessarily because you were self-hating. You chose her because you didn't want your children to have the same experience as you did.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow.
I love my wife. She loves me, but I know part of my choosing her was because, no, I didn't want my children to have to deal with this. I didn't want to deal with that pain. I'll admit it. I'm not ashamed. I'll admit it. Okay? I have no shame. I'll admit it because I understand it now.
Now, let me ask you this, Brother Sean, and I know you're married now, so you may have to go off the experience of other dark-skinned brothers, but this new fad, which is probably about 20 years old now, of sisters wanting dark-skinned brothers, is that really real, or is that only for the dating and the mating, but not necessarily for the marrying? Do you see that now you are more in demand by sisters, or is that just a myth?
You know, honestly, I think that might be a myth, because I think subconsciously, all of our sisters and dark-skinned brothers, we want children that aren't too dark. Not necessarily white, but we don't want them too dark because of the pain of colorism. We all have the same. We don't want our kids to go through this pain. A lot of us do the same thing. I don't think it's real. I think it's just a myth.
That's actually a great point. Has anybody even said that up until now, that people are lightening their children for the betterment, because they think they're going to give their child a better quality life?
They definitely lightening their children. They're definitely lightening their children. I hear it in the schools with the girls. They be like, yeah, I'm gonna have a baby by a light-skinned guy or a Puerto Rican, so my kid will have straight hair. It's real bad. I mean, you can see it with the weave culture. The weave culture itself shows you how bad this thing is. Our self-image has been so destroyed. Let me ask you this, Brother Sean, before we let you go.
Wait, Brother Umar.
Sure.
His point was that they think they're going to have they're creating a better life for the child. They think they're doing something good. That's what I'm saying. Like, imagine you think that you're doing it not out of your own preference or your own whatever, but you think you're doing something good for the future of the child, which is a terrible thought.
Right. But the extension to that is the natural extension. If you are breeding kids to be light, that necessarily also means that you're going to teach them and train them to also only date light. So it perpetuates the light skin supremacy in the black community, because you're not breeding a light skinned child so they can go and make a baby with a black skinned woman or a dark skinned brother. You see what I'm saying? So you're going to have to keep them away from dark-skinned Africans because you want to protect the skin tone of your ancestry, which I think is absolutely ridiculous. But I know it's real because I know families where everybody in the family is light. Like, they deliberately keep their color as light as possible. None of the children will date a dark-skinned woman. Like, they worship yellow skin. They worship it. And I know families like this. You know, go ahead, Brother Sean.
I'm glad you said that, because my wife's family, they're old school Jamaican family. A lot of them light skinned. They had a little money. So, you know, it's ironic. Her mother used to always say, you they used to talk about dark-skinned people. They didn't like dark-skinned people. But it's ironic that her daughter ended up married to a dark-skinned brother. And I'm not their favorite person. I'm not there. I tell you, it's so uncomfortable at times when I go around them. It's like I'm like a piece of furniture in the room. Thanksgiving, Christmas, I'm like, you know, you talking to them, but they're like talking over you, like they're not really interested. And I'm gonna tell you something. I went to college. I got an engineering degree. Okay, I'm some more than a half of y'all in here, but you got the nerve to talk down like I'm beneath you. Really? I mean, this is the things I deal with on a day. Even now, me and my wife will go to certain spaces, not around other Jamaican people, and it's like they have this assumption that I should not be with her. I'm too dark to be with her. Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
Thank you for that contribution, Brother Sean. Very powerful, King. I look forward to meeting you soon, man.
Yes. I'll follow you all the time. Peace
yes, sir. Stay in touch, brother. Yes, sir. One love to you.